read it and talk about the different things in it. Now, this was not published until 2003. But even in 2003, that's the year it was published, there were a lot of things that I didn't know until I read this book. What year is it now? 2019. So 2003 was a little while ago, wasn't it? But I was still older, so there weren't things that I knew until I read this book. So this is called What Do You Do with a Tale Like This? All right, so at the bottom it says Steve Jenkins and Robin Page. Why do you think their name is on the cover?
Because
They wrote the words and probably drew the picture. I think they did this together. And the reason I think that is because usually it'll say written by and it'll say person's name, and that makes them the what? Author. Good. And if you draw the pictures, you are the
illustrator.
Very good. I'm so glad y'all remember that. Okay, let's check ourselves, see if we're crisscross applesauce. 1, 2, 3. That keeps our hands to ourselves, okay? Alright, so this is called What Do You Do with a Tail Like This? Animals use their noses, ears, tails, eyes, mouths, and feet in very different ways. See if you can guess which animal each part belongs to and how it is used. At the back of the book, you can find out more about these animals. Now, yesterday we watched the video on animals and their babies and what they look like. Some of those may be in here, but we'll see if we can guess them. But let me finish the words first, okay? What do you do with a nose like this? Can anybody guess this one?
Elephant.
This one's an elephant. All right, we'll check it. Okay. What about this one? This is one I did not know until I read this book. Anybody? This one? A dog. That kind of looks like a dog. What about this one? There's your elephant. What about this one? All right, so let's check them. Okay, this is, if you were a platypus, which was this one, you said it was a dolphin, but that's a good guess. You can use your nose to dig in the mud. If you were a hyena, which we thought was a dog, where do we see hyenas at? Where did y'all, what movie? It's coming out, Lion King's coming out again this summer. If you're a hyena, you find your next meal with your nose. If you're an elephant, you use your nose to give yourself a bath. This is one I did not know until I read this book. If you're a mole, you can use your nose to find your way underground. I did not know that a mole, and I see little moles at home, but I didn't know they had this little kind of nose. If you're an alligator, you breathe through your nose while hiding in the water. We knew that one, didn't we? All right, let's check out the next one. What do you do with ears like these? What does this one look like?
Bunny.
This one? Maybe? What about this one? This is going to be a tricky one.
Grasshopper.
Maybe. What about this one?
A bunny.
Alright, let's see what we guessed. Alright. If you're a jackrabbit, you use your ears to keep cool. I knew that was a rabbit, but I didn't know that kept them cool, so I learned something there. Look at these. If you're a bat, you see with your ears. Now, this is something my mom told me when I was little, but I want you to listen to this. If you're a cricket, you hear with ears that are on your knees.
What?
They have ears on their knees. Yeah, so that's something I did learn, but my mom did tell me that when I was little. If you're a hippopotamus, we talked about those yesterday, you close your ears when you're underwater. And then if you're a humpback whale, you hear sounds hundreds of miles away. So there's two things on this page that I learned when I read this. That it keeps them cool and that crickets have ears on their knees. Did not know that.
I thought they had the idea.
What do you do with a tail like this? What does this one look like?
Scorpion.
Scorpion. Maybe what? This one?
Crab.
This green one?
A lizard.
This one?
Monkey.
You're close. Alright, let's see. Alright, if you're a giraffe, you brush off pesky flies with your tail. You're right. If you're a skunk, you lift your tail to warn that a stinky spray is on the way. If you're a lizard, you break off your tail to get away. So lizards can break their tails off, and do they die? No, they can grow back a new tail. If you're a scorpion, your tail can give a nasty sting. And if you're a monkey, you hang from a tree by your tail. So we were right about most of them, weren't we? What do you do with eyes like these?
A lizard.
Y'all are going to be surprised on this one. What'd you say?
Iguana.
No, close.
I got it.
We painted him at the beginning of the school year.
What is it? Chameleon.
Chameleon. Well, let's see if he's right. What about this one?
Eagle. Porcupine.
Yeah, surrounding. So if he landed here on my blue jeans, what color would he turn?
Blue.
Blue. Okay, here we go. If you're an eagle, you spot tiny animals from high in the air. If you're a four-eyed fish, you look above and below the water at the same time. If you're a horned lizard, you squirt blood out of your eyes. And this one's cute. If you're a brush baby, you use your large eyes to see clearly at night.
I thought that was kind of a
All right, here we go. What do you do with feet like these? What do you think?
A dinosaur. A sheep. Goat. Human. A bat.
All right, let's see. If you're a chimpanzee, you feed yourself with your feet. No, we don't do that, do we? Okay, look at this one. If you're a blue-footed duck, you do a dance. So he's got little blue feet. If you're a water strider, you walk on water. If you're a gecko, you use your sticky feet to walk on the ceiling. And if you're a mountain goat, you leap from ledge to ledge.
I said goat.
What do you do with a mouth like this? Aaliyah, I hope you're paying attention. You're not at 3. What do you think, mouth?
Snake. Anteater.
Kind of looks like an anteater.
A fish. Demon. Oh, pelican.
Sounds like a pelican. Let's see how right we are. If you're a pelican, you use your mouth as a net to scoop up fish. If you're a mosquito, you do what? Yes, you use your mouth to suck the blood. Look at this one. If you're an egg-eating snake, you use your mouth to swallow eggs larger than your head. If you're an anteater, you capture termites with your long tongue. And here's this one right here. If you're an archer fish, you catch insects by shooting them down with a stream of water.
Then you eat them.
And here's all the animals that it talks about in this book. Are you listening? Here's more of the animals, all the ones that are in this book. So I'll put this up here and you can look at it later, okay? So it talked about their tails, their mouths, their feet, all kind of different things. Does anybody know what this award is? A lot of the books that I read have a Caldecott award or an honor. This one is an honor. That means that it has very appealing pictures. What does appealing mean? Good. It means attractive, very pretty pictures, okay? Ones that we want to look at.